Cool.
Ahoy and welcome. I am Lee the Pirate Tester, and today I'm joined by a good friend of mine, Shey Crompton. Welcome, Shey.
Hey, everyone. Hey, Lee. Good to be here.
So we've known each other a little bit because of like Ministry of Testing events and so forth, but the past lockdown, thanks to the Tester Hangout, we've been able just to chat a lot more, really, haven't we?
Yeah, it's been really, really good having you around, getting to know you. Almost sort of sitting beside me at the desk on our shared hangout. Right.
It's like sitting next to people you work with, except you don't work with them.
Yeah, it's been really handy. I know you started it up for that very reason of like, okay, look, I don't want to be just sat on my own here. I'm used to being in an office, so let's try and get some sort of socializing happening. And then it's just grown into a lovely community of people who join us every now and then. And you, me, Chris, and Bruce are pretty much always on there. And being able to chat and just chill, really. It's been really, really helpful. Certainly helped me.
Yeah, and hopefully it helps other people. And I mentioned it in the community webinar last night, and just how it's just been really useful and a good way to get people to connect. So it'd be good to get more people. In fact, what I'll make sure is I'll put a link to it after this gets on Twitter, just to remind people or share it with people.
Yeah, good idea, mate. Everybody's welcome. It's an open forum. It's designed to be a safe space. So yeah, just come and chat. Yeah,
it's lovely. And it doesn't have, like, whilst we call it the Tester Hangout, it's only that because it's primarily testers who go. It's very rarely talking about testing. It's just chatting with people who just coincidentally are testers most of the time.
Yes, exactly.
So, speaking of testers and various roles, Shey, I know I genuinely couldn't say what exactly your role is, because I know you've had you've done a variety of things and picked up different skills and knowledges and all sorts. So what do you do now, and what has your journey been to get there?
Yeah, it has been some journey. So at the moment, I'm working at an insurance startup as the senior quality engineer there. My role is to not necessarily do testing, but to support the testing effort. The developers write more or less all of the tests, and through three amigo style conversations and just jumping on Zoom calls, I'm available at any time to chat with the team about what testing effort can be. Essentially, my focus is on quality throughout the entire, not only the entire software development life cycle, but kind of beyond as well. So, it doesn't necessarily have to be to do with the software itself to be able to have a conversation about quality. So how I got here. So I've been in the software industry for over 20 years now. I started as a computer games tester at a little known company called Virgin Interactive, and moved up through design to leadership. And I stayed in a leadership position pretty much all my career from then on. And about 10 years ago, I came back from sort of the project managery leadership roles into test leadership. And I've not looked back, really. I encountered the meetups. So, the London Tester Gathering was, I sort of walked in there a little bit shy one evening and found my tribe, basically. And to use the same phrase again, I've not really looked back. I've been a consultant, both with a company called The Test People for nearly 5 years, and then most recently an independent consultant forming my own company, Crompton Consulting. I've worked in, I think 10 different industries when I last counted them. Let me rattle off some. So computer games, gambling, medical, insurance, obviously, publishing. And that's just off the top of my head. So there we go. So here I am now, as still in leadership position. And I love talking about leadership with people, particularly people who are getting into leadership, because I had a sort of, my journey has been supported-ish, but kind of finding out on my own. And I love talking to people who want to go into leadership and helping them to start their journey or just improve the journey they're on. And that's where I'm at.
I mean, no, from I often see you sharing on Twitter and LinkedIn, like useful things you've seen about leadership. So whether it's inspirational quotes, links to videos, webinars, all sorts of stuff. That's one thing I see a lot from what you do is hear some good stuff and sharing it with others, because you know that we are better if we share things rather than just hoard this knowledge. It's not like a precious treasure that diminishes you if other people are aware of it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It also tests your own knowledge. If you are sharing things and people interact, then it improves your knowledge. And I'm really keen to get people to interact with what I say, because believe it or not, I have a little bit of imposter syndrome, and I talking about leadership and posting about leadership is me getting out of my comfort zone to sort of say, hey, guys, am I doing it right? So if you interact with me, it enriches my life, and then hopefully enriches your life too.
I mean, the fact that you say you sometimes get imposter syndrome, I'm like, I've seen you be involved with like group webinars and like recorded things on it. I'm like, no, you know what you're on about, man. I know you've given me advice and stuff in the past as well. I'm like, no, you know what you're on about. Don't let me sort you out.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's, in person, I can have a bit of a persona that I put on if I'm feeling a little bit vulnerable. And online, it's it's a trust thing. And I've found that the more I try and put myself out there, the less imposter syndrome I have, or the less shyness I have, but also the more confidence I have, because people are going, hey, yeah, you are doing it right, just like you've done there, Lee. And that's brilliant.
So in the less than a minute we have left, what advice would you say to people if they wanted to follow a similar path to you and get into leadership or consulting?
Draw from your peers, ask around, speak to people, contact me. I'm at Shey Mouse on Twitter, everywhere, or hit me up on LinkedIn, and just start the conversation. And that'll help you get set up easier, quicker, and begin your journey with a surer foot.
Wonderful. I hope people take you up on your advice and reach out to you. So thank you very much for wanting to have this conversation today, Shey. It's been really good.
Thank you, Lee. It's been awesome, mate. Take care.